HIMS reported Q3 earnings yesterday, so we're going to go over their earnings report and then talk about places they're looking to expand. Now, up until recently, HIMS was mainly selling hair loss, skincare, sexual health, mental health, and GLP-1s for weight loss as their products. Those don't really interest me, and a company that just sells those is not a company I really want to invest in. But what made me start investing in them was their expansion into hormone replacement therapy. They have testosterone replacement therapy for men, and they also have treatment for women's menopause. When I saw them expand into those areas, and also when they bought a peptide producing facility in California, that's when I got interested in the company. And we can talk about that a little bit after earnings. But I do feel like HIMS is going to expand in a lot of different areas and have a lot of new offerings, which is why I continue to invest in this company. But let's look at the earnings real quickly. Revenue of nearly 600 million, up 49% year over year. A 49% increase in revenue is huge. Net income of nearly 16 million with adjusted EBITDA of over 78 million. Subscribers grew to 2.5 million, up 21% year over year. So they gained 21% new subscribers in the past year. That's a really great growth rate. And then their full year 2025 revenue guidance is 2.335 to 2.355 billion. So the company is growing very well. They're adding new subscribers. But that's all great. But again, that's not what really interests me in the company. I want to talk about a few places they're expanding. And then after we talk about that, we look at the charts and do some technical analysis and see what's going on. So HIMS recently acquired a at-home blood testing company called Tribe Labs. And they said by the end of this year, they're going to offer more blood testing panels. So the fact that you can now do blood work from home, they send you a kit, it draws the blood from you, you send it in, and then they do the test. That is huge. It is a pain in the butt to get some doctors to perform basic blood work. So I am very interested to see what HIMS offers. I think that's a huge place they can expand into. And given the fact that they are going to offer these at-home blood testing panels, that kind of signals that they are going to expand into more hormone and other offerings. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, they did acquire a peptide manufacturing facility in California. And during this earnings call, the CEO says that they plan to launch a longevity specialty in 2026, featuring peptides, coenzymes, different GLP-1s, and some other treatments. So it does look like they're going to get into the anti-aging segment, and we'll see what they offer. I know the US government just legalized a specific peptide that treats mitochondrial dysfunction, so I think they are looking to legalize other peptides. If this is true and the government does legalize more peptides, HIMS is positioned very well to create these peptides and supply them to the public. They already have 2.5 million subscribers, and offering peptides is going to increase that substantially. I know a lot of people that use peptides and they just get them from random websites that it's pretty gray area. It's like you don't even really know what you're getting. So if HIMS does expand into peptides, that will be huge. So again, the company is growing. They're expanding into different treatment avenues, and we'll have to wait and see if those actually happen. All right, so let's get into some technical analysis of the HIMS chart. So the price movement was kind of all over the place after hours after they released a report. They were down a little bit, then they were up a little bit. They ended up going up today to about $48, and now they're down at $44. And I put some support and resistance lines, and as of right now, it's kind of just trading back and forth in this channel. So we will see what it does, but they are currently below the 5100 and 200-day moving averages, which is a bearish signal. So we will have to see if they find support again on this price or if it dips down farther. I do want to look at the weekly chart. Looking at the weekly chart, we see that they are finding support right at that 50 moving average again on the weekly chart. So this could be, if they find support here, they could go up, but there's no guarantee that will happen. It could definitely go down. Let's look at the big picture and see. We see HIMS has gone up quite a bit. We got a classic cup and handle, then it's gone up. Let's take the Fibonacci retracement from this high to this low. And we see that HIMS is right at that 1.414. If you watch any of my other videos, we always talk about when you take this retracement from the previous high to the previous low, price is going to try to get to that 1.272, 1.414, or 1.618. All of those extensions are where algos and traders start taking profits. So as we see here, as soon as they hit that 1.414, price went back down. They went up again, price went down, up again. So they've tested that 1.414 multiple times, but they can't break through it. So as of now, it's a matter of if they can keep this price action here or if it's going to go lower. If this is the full price movement or the full wave, it would make sense the price gets down to at least this 0.236, about 33.58. So we will have to see what happens. The main thing to watch today is if this 50 moving average on the weekly chart acts as support or if it goes down through there. Let's look at the Bollinger Bands on the monthly chart to see if we find anything. On the monthly chart, when the Bollinger Bands are expanding and you see this extreme drop off, that's when the price really goes up. And then once this bottom band starts contracting and going back up, that's when you might see some consolidation or the price going down. So we see that the bands expanded all the way down and now they're coming back up. So that could signify some short-term price decrease. We do have the 20 monthly moving average right here, right around that 0.236. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if price goes down just based on this chart. We'll have to wait and see what happens. This is also pretty significant. And that lines up right with the 50 monthly average. So as of now, price is kind of in an unknown zone. We have to see what it does. So this isn't really I mean, again, it's below the 200 moving day average. It's right at the 50 weekly moving average. So this is kind of a wait and see point. Price could go lower. It could find support here and go up. I'm already invested in this company. My position is down quite a bit in my YouTube portfolio, so I'm just going to hold those shares and see what happens. But that is it for HIMS. I do think this company has a good growth story. They're growing revenue, they're growing subscribers, they're expanding their offerings. So I do expect them to do well in the upcoming years. Short-term price action, we really can't predict. We're just going to have to watch and see. Before I end this video, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not professional. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making stuff up. Do your own research. But thanks for watching. Let's keep those portfolios growing.